What's going on, family? So today in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down how to identify true zones. Cause the truth and the reality is that most of y'all are going to y'all charts, marking up these invalid supply and demand zones, and then you want to say that the supply and demand strategy doesn't work. When in fact it does work, you are just simply marking up weak zones instead of marking strong zones. All right. So today in this video, what I'm gonna be breaking down is how to identify these zones and how to execute off of these strong zones. All right. So without further ado, let me start running my mouth and let's get into my charts. Let's go. All right, y'all. So now we are in my charts. I'm about to break it down for y'all. All right. This should give y'all a lot of clarity because after today, I should not see anybody marking up no more weak zones. All right. No more weak zones. All right. Somebody drop in the comment section. No more weak zones. I want to see who got clarity after watching this video. All right. You are looking for strong moves. All right. Supply zones is zones where sellers stepped into the market. All right. When you're looking for demand zones, you're looking for strong moves. That's when buyers stepped into the market. So you want to look for these big impulsive moves. All right. Now, let me show you guys a strong move. All right. So right here in this area, this is an area where sellers stepped into the market. All right. This is considered a strong move to the downside. All right. That's an indication to us that the sellers are here and the sellers are not coming to play. All right. So you want to respect the zone, right? So when price comes back to the zone, you can expect the same reaction. All right. So you simply just going to box this up. All right. This is a strong move. All right. It engulfed this candle. It engulfed this candle. It engulfed this candle. It engulfed this candle. It engulfed all of the previous candles. This is a strong move. All right. This is letting us know that sellers stepped into the market. All right. Now, this right here is a demand zone. Do y'all see how big this candle is? This is letting us know that the buyers have stepped into the market. You want to see big, impulsive moves. All right. You would simply just take your rectangle, right, and mark this up. That is a strong, impulsive move away from price, right? It's a strong, impulsive move away. This is considered a demand zone. All right. Now, this right here will also be considered a demand zone if we were in a uptrend, right? All right. So this right here is also a demand zone. All right. This candle engulfed this candle. It made a strong impulsive move away. All right. So now let's go find another supply zone. All right. This is a supply zone right here. This is a strong move away, pushing down, letting you know that the sellers have stepped into the market, right? This is a strong supply zone. All right. So when you are in the market and you are looking for supply zones and you're looking for demand zones, you want to look for these key strong momentum moves in the market every single time. This is what you want to look for, right? Let me tell you what not to look for. All right? Because y'all keep ignoring that this is where sellers are stepping in. You keep ignoring that this is when buyers are stepping in, right? So let's go ahead and start identifying what these weak zones look like. So now when you go back to the charts, you know that that's a weak zone, and you don't trade those zones. All right. Price is going to be way more respected when it has a big impulsive move rather than a small move. Okay. So for example, right here, this right here is not considered a supply zone. It's not considered a supply zone. Now, why isn't it considered a supply zone? It's not considered a supply zone because price is literally, I mean, this candle and this candle is literally about the same size, right? When we look at this candle, is this candle the same size as this candle? No. Is it the same size as this candle? No. Is it the same size as this candle? No. But when you look at this candle and this candle, are these candles almost identical? Right? Can you truly say this is where sellers stepped into the market? No, you can't. So this would not be considered a supply zone. We want strong impulsive moves away. Right? We want strong impulsive moves away. Right? We don't want the candles to be damn near identical. All right? Strong impulsive moves. So now let's go look at a demand candle, for example, right? Let's say, like, for example, right here, would you call this a demand zone? No, you would not call this a demand zone. This is not a demand zone. The candles are almost the same size. There was no big push. There was no big momentum. There was no big shift. This is not a demand zone. It's not a demand zone. We want strong, impulsive moves. That's it. That's it, y'all. Strong, impulsive moves. All right? Would this be considered a supply zone? Yes. Right? But y'all got to also remember, in downtrends, we're looking for supply zones. In uptrends, we're looking for demand zones. But I'm just throwing y'all some examples on what you need to look for on the charts. All right. Now, would this be considered a supply zone? Indeed, it would. Indeed, it would. Because this candle engulfed this whole candle, and it's bigger, it's stronger. It let me know that sellers stepped into the market. It's stronger. Right? We don't want candles that's almost the same size. Look at this. Supply zone. This is a clear supply zone right here. Strong, impulsive move. Strong, impulsive move. You just let me know that sellers just stepped into the market. Right? This just let me know that sellers stepped into the market. Right? We don't want these small body candles. We need to see some strong selling pressure, and we need to see some strong buying pressure every single time, y'all. This is why some of y'all are getting supply and demand wrong, and you're saying that supply and demand doesn't work. It's not that supply and demand doesn't work. It's that you just market up these zones incorrect, and you think everything on the chart is a supply zone or a demand zone. Like this right here, right? This area right here. This area right here would not be a demand zone. It would not be a demand zone because it did not engulf the previous candle. They're damn near the same size. All right? They're damn near the same size. So you would not call this a demand zone. All right? This right here would be considered a demand zone. This is a clear, strong, impulsive move, shot up momentum. That's what we look for every single time. All right, y'all. So I hope this video gave y'all some clarity on what a strong demand zone looks like, what a strong demand zone is supposed to look like, and what a strong supply zone is supposed to look like, y'all. All right. If you got it, if this video helped you understand, make sure you drop clarity in the comment section. I want to see who understands that. I want to see who understands how to identify these strong zones. All right. All right. So if you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. If you don't follow me on social media, make sure you follow me on social media platforms at It's School KB. I will drop my social media handles in the comment section or the description. But I also drop information and videos there as well. So if you want to see more content, make sure you head over there and follow me on those platforms as well. And until next time, I'll see y'all in the next video.